So, this is Thomas, a real-time Theratogs user since March. Well, and actually it's a very good example pointing out the few key ideas which this system allows us to introduce. So, because there have been kind of questions, how does it align in general with the ABR vision of things? So, yet again, I'm reminding this simple thing. That we started this entire endeavor after the realization and understanding of this bicycle wheel support, right? So where we talk about the tensional integrity of the entire trunk from the top of the shoulders to the bottom of the pelvis, and pretty much creating a second skin, right? So you see when his natural force the tensional transfer lines are interrupted by some deeper disconnections, such in his case would be the weakness of the lumbar in particular. So what we get by doing the second skin version, we are promoting the integrity of the trunk, right? But promoting in which sense? Promoting in the functional daily use. On the one hand, that could be seen as the sort of a step, a glance ahead. What are the next levels of the? He agrees, right? What are the next steps of the structural integration, the structural integrity of the upper body are going to be, say, in like 9 to 12 months from now. So basically, it's effectively we're looking ahead with the ABR usage, right? So you see, if you continue as you build up the strength with ABR, the trunk becomes stronger. So effectively, the usage of this Theratogs system allows you to maintain this kind of integrity at one step further, sort of giving you this maybe 10-15% extra of the trunk stability. And through the daily life, that gives a set of the relaxogenic benefits, because then we've got a positive virtuous cycle. If the system gets introduced, then what happens? Then that brings lesser overload to the muscles that have to do this job. So therefore, lesser overload to the muscles means lesser tiredness. Lesser tiredness and lesser overload means that there is an opportunity to get more resources directed towards the true tissue remodeling. So true tissue remodeling translates into faster progress per same work, per same effect. So therefore, this is that virtuous cycle that we get out of it. And of course, the key challenge typically is in the daily implementation, right? So because it's a certain system that has to be placed on. But again, Thomas is a pretty good example of the consistent, let's say not maybe daily use, but throughout the week you managing daily use of it. Daily use of it. Yes. So and how long does it take you in real life?
To take it on.
Yeah, would you put it on?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Well, so reasonable.
Yes, of course.
Reasonable. So you start, but is this the first thing that you do in the morning, or
yes.
it's after breakfast?
No, before.
Before breakfast. Before breakfast. Right. Okay, so that's pretty much the key idea, right? But again, I generally invite everyone to rewatch the bicycle wheel videos to improve the understanding of what this thing does. And again, one more element that I really want to highlight, right? Because original design, right? The original design of these things, people who are behind it, they were obviously thinking along different lines. They were thinking about this dynamic support to improve function. We also welcome the improvement of function as of the immediate improvement of what the child is able to be doing. And that's what we can, see in the case of Thomas as well. So he's more comfortable in the wheelchair. When he goes for the horse riding lessons, it's all very obvious that, not only he loves the horse, but he actually maintains his upper body better. So this would be the functional benefits. But for us, the biggest picture is not this. For us, the biggest picture is the fact that through his daily idle life, right? So when he's not actually even doing anything, he doesn't have so much of the overload using the muscles as the crutches. That's the key thing. Because sometimes parents say, oh, you know, we put it on when during the trial session it seems comfortable, it seems alright, but the functional gain doesn't seem large enough. So my answer to this, well, that's wrong reasoning. That's kind of thinking too much of this. So that's thinking of the functional instead of understanding what is the true value of this tool, and the true value of this tool is in allowing to reduce the overdrive and the overload for the muscle. So the primary value here is relaxogenic. That's our big goal, relaxogenesis, avoiding the overload and allowing thus the virtuous cycle of greater attribution of his kind of metabolic resources towards the long-term remodeling, rebuilding, and so on. So that's the key idea. Okay, very good, very good. Hey, Tommy. Hey. Yeah. Big smile, well, although a little bit hidden, but nonetheless. Okay.